Okay guys, we are driving around the Gardens Mall in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, South Florida, Palm Beach County. This area in this mall is a very nice higher end mall. There's a Tesla store inside. Of course, like any other mall, there's a food store, there's Nordstrom's, there's walking areas. I've done videos from inside this mall and the surrounding area. But I just figured I'd give you a drive around to give you a feel of the architecture, the culture, the landscaping. The Gardens Mall is just it's a beautiful mall. It's early in the morning and it's not open yet. But let's take a ride around and get a feel. This area of Florida, I would say, feels luxurious. I would say is for wealthier people. Palm Beach County is one of the wealthier counties in Florida. A lot, higher end, second homes, that type of feel. And so we're just going through the perimeter. There's a PJ Chang's in here, which is a higher end food store. If you ever do DoorDash, if you're a DoorDash driver in Palm Beach area, Palm Beach Gardens, the Gardens Mall is definitely going to be a stop that you frequent regularly. When I did DoorDash regularly about a year or so ago, I would stop here often for food when I did it in this area. So you see, we're going to go down on one of these courts. There is still a Macy's. Okay, you see that right there. Macy's are still around in the mall, even with the coronavirus and even with most people doing their shopping online. This mall is still very vibrant. Why? Because you have, again, big money in this area. You have a lot of disposable income. And so you probably will never see this mall go empty. And as we ride around here, this is the PF Chang's, which is like a, what do they call it? I don't know, Chinese, not Chinese food, but like a higher end Chinese food. PF Chang's. Security guard there. A lot of security jobs around this area, because a lot of gated communities and stuff. This is like a bistro grill to our right. So there's a lot of restaurants, a lot of shops, Nordstrom's. These are all typical to many malls in America. But what's not typical is obviously the lush landscaping, and inside's very nice. And again, it's early in the morning, so people haven't really piled in yet. I just want to give you guys a feel. When you move to an area, or when you're thinking about moving to an area, you want to drive around the surrounding area, okay? In the residential communities, in the commercial communities. This is a commercial community as far as industry, right? Shops, restaurants, because it gives you a gauge, it gives you a feel for the economic activity, the average salary, and the lifestyle that you're going to be engaged in. Now, just a small feel, right? So how does driving around a mall give you a feel? Well, look, one is, if you're going to need to do shopping, you may come here. What are you going to see when you come here? What type of landscaping? What type of cars? What type of people with the average salary, average income? Now, Palm Beach County, because it's a luxurious community, higher end community, Palm Beach Gardens too, is that it is true that there is a little bit of a higher level maybe of arrogance, a little bit more snotty, but it's like you could say anything. You say in a bad community, it's a little bit more reckless and a little bit more dangerous. So I still obviously prefer to be in a better end community, higher end community. So there's some communities that have low energy, some communities that have high energy. I want some energy. I don't want a blah community, because you feed off the energy around you and you contribute to it. So, I think it's important, to get a feel for your community. When I was young, I don't think of stuff like this, But as a middle-aged man now, and if I decide to put down roots again, I think about this because it matters to me. See, right here is a Tesla charging station area in the parking lot. These are all Teslas. Okay, and there's all charging stations behind them, probably about 10 of them. And inside this mall is a Tesla store where you can order your Tesla. So again, you don't see that in every mall in America, so that's a little bit different. There are some residential high-end condos there. There's some, again, commercial buildings around this area. So I'm just giving you a feel for Palm Beach Gardens. Palm Beach Gardens and the surrounding area, Jupiter, Florida, Juno Beach, Palm Beach itself, even parts of West Palm Beach have high-end. There's parts of West Palm Beach that are not so great. These are all, this is a good selection. Look, you have good school systems in this area, good hospitals. You got higher taxes, you know, but you got higher levels of economic opportunity. So it's all relative, right? So this is a place in Florida where you can come and move if you were still working, and you can find jobs, right? Medical industry, there's some commercial industry with regards to, there's some tech jobs around here. I would say the major industry is probably medical, obviously, you know, real estate agents, construction, builders, you know, but there's a lot of disposable income here. So if you play your cards right, and if you're diligent, you know, you can figure out a groove. Housing is a little bit more expensive, okay? But, you know, you can make it work depending on your situation and how big a house you need. This is the food court. I remember stopping here to pick up Chick-fil-A when I was doing DoorDash. And so you have to park here, run in there, get your pickup. Again, another security officer, you know, high presence of security, keep the area safe, high tourist area, just like any mall. But, you know, look, if you got no experience, Bloomingdale's. If you got no experience and you got nothing to do, be a security officer. Why? Because you could work the night shift, you can do something else during the day, you could keep busy. You know, when you got nothing to do, stay productive. Why? Because it's better to make some money than none money. It's better to be in the workforce than not. It's better because everything you do has a rhythm. So when you're putting more energy and effort into your life, that creates more energy and opportunity in your life. And it shows others around your life that you are a go-getter. And that initiates more people to help you. It kind of like creates an aura around you where more positive, better things will happen. But when you sit idle, when you complain, when you moan, and when you don't use what you have, it's a negative algorithm of negative results. You know, so when in doubt, do something, okay? Because what I could tell you is the worst thing you can do is nothing. Because your mental health will suffer, your financial health, your physical health, and people will start to look down on you, not because they think you're less, but they say, look, if this person's not putting effort into their own life, why should I put in theirs? And they're right. And you know they're right because you've also tried to help people that don't put effort into their life. But outside of that, guys, what I always tell you is when you help yourself, other people will and will want to help you. When you don't help yourself, people don't want to waste their time because you're a liability. And you're probably not only going to bring yourself down, you're going to bring other people down. How do we start talking about this in a video about the Palm Gardens Mall? Well, look, it's just part of life. You know, no matter what community you live in, whether rich, poor, or in the middle, you need to understand human nature. You need to understand yourself. You need to be productive. You need to set up a healthy routine. You need to have flexibility, adventure, and spontaneity, but you also need structure, discipline, and self-control. So you need the balance of thought. And through that, you create your best life. Now, I think you create your best life in Palm Beach County. Probably my favorite county in Florida, I would say. There's a duck on the street. So what I could tell you is, if I buy a home base, what I buy in Palm Beach County, yeah. Is it going to be more costly? Yeah. Higher taxes, probably, you know, and higher entry point. Now, will I definitely buy one? Not necessarily, but look, if I buy, again, I'm buying in a, well, I'm not going to say definitely, but I'm probably going to buy in a nicer area. But, you know, there's parts of this area I like, and there's parts of area that are a little bit more in the cut that I like because, you know, sometimes I like to be in the cut. So it's a tough call, and that's why I still default to the nomad life while I'm young enough and healthy to do it. Why? Because it gives me the flexibility to go from Palm Beach County to Broward County, Martin County, Collier County, West Coast. I can do whatever I want. And so, with no kids, single, I take my time to decide. Why? Because rushing leads to regret, and there's no need for me to rush. Even though 4 years living on the road, I'm starting to want to put down roots. But either way, guys, I just wanted to share with you another video. I hope it helped, inspired, encouraged you in some way, gave you some information too. The Gardens Mall in the downtown area here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, is a great area. I highly recommend this area. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to the guy. One time I met a guy at Planet Fitness. He recognized me from YouTube. Shout out to you. So peace, guys. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.